We hope you've enjoyed that preview of the Saturday Night Fright Special, and it will air Saturday evening at 8 o'clock. Our next guest is Catherine Luck. Where did I pick out Rebecca? Anyway, Catherine Luck, Reverend Catherine Luck, who is heading up the Oasis program here in Bella Vista or in the area.
Yes.
Catherine, tell us a little bit about the Oasis program. I wasn't familiar with it, so.
Okay, Jeff, this is a 2-year sober, safe community of women that are housed in homes here in Bella Vista, and they are working a 2-year program so that when they leave, they can be hopefully economically independent and still know that they have a community of sisters, a community of neighbors that care about them, and they are never alone.
Is this part of a national program, or is this just a local program?
It's our own local program that's a variation called a sister organization of a national program known as Thistle Farms and the Magdalene community that's in Nashville, Tennessee. They have 22 sister communities. We're one of those, and their 22 sister communities are all over the world.
Oh, wow. And so how many ladies participate at any given time, for instance?
Well, we're hoping to grow to about 24. At this point, we have 4 homes with 14 women in those homes. And 2 of those homes have children in them also. So we house 7 children along with their moms. And we have a total of, I think, 12 children visiting moms when the custody agreements allow for that.
Okay.
And that includes the 7 that we have. And then a total of 18 children that these women have that they either have an occasional visit with or hope to be reunited with, or perhaps they're teenagers and they're in another situation.
Well, Oasis is kind of a unique name. How did that come about, or how did the program come about locally?
Mm-hmm. Well, I am a retired United Methodist pastor. That's where the Reverend comes from. And I moved down here initially on a disability from my work, taking a spiritual leave of absence, you might say, a time for renewal. And in that opportunity, I realized that God was really calling me to something new that was needed here in Northwest Arkansas. And my pastor at the time here was Reverend Blake Lassiter. He was the pastor at Centerton United Methodist Church until just this week. Oh. He'll be moving to Eureka Springs. But he is also a chaplain in the Navy, and he took a picture of an oasis in Baghdad. And I think we have that picture here if someone wants to show that. This is what he called Abraham's oasis. I added Sarah's oasis, Abraham and Sarah. And said, this will be the name of our community. And from then, we've just done research, we have a board, we've developed to the point that we are today.
May I ask how you're funded then? Is it primarily funded by the church, or does government agencies assist you as well?
We are funded entirely at this point by individual and group donations. In large part, we are funded by 2 organizations. One of them is Alternative Opportunities, now known as Preferred Family Health, and originally you knew that as Decision Point. Decision Point in Bentonville is one of their operations through that larger organization, and they have a job training program. So they fund the women as the women work for us.
Okay.
And so they work in a variety of capacities. The other major organization is the Bella Vista Recycling Center. Our women actually go to work at the recycling center from day one, and they work at least 15 hours a week, and that combination brings in enough money for Oasis to pay for the leases of their homes.
Okay. Walk me through the process. How do people find you? Are they referred to you, or they just stumble across you, or what's the process? And then what happens once they decide to participate?
Okay. It's a 4-phase program, and the initial part is they're seeking us out, and we are on the referral list that comes from all of the different places that women end up: Salvation Army, Northwest Arkansas Women's Shelter, Decision Point. Some of them coming out of jail or coming out of prison will call us or send us a letter and say, you know, what is your program about? You know, is this something that I'm qualified for? The women do have to have been to a treatment program of some type for drugs and alcohol, because that's a common basis under which all of the women know, we know that they're going to stay sober, that that's their goal. And if they happen not to need that part, but they realize that they have a dependency on relationships, for example, or there are some other variations of addiction, but they want to work a 12-step program to help them recover from that, then they may also be eligible. The main thing is we speak that 12-step language to each other, as well as 24 principles that we follow as a community in our relationships with each other and with the world.
Okay. What kind of time frame are we talking? Are they in for?
They come for 2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
They come for 2 years.
That's a commitment.
That's a commitment. That's right. Because we find that when people are recovering from addiction, it's not just the initial treatment time that's necessary. That basically gets them off drugs or alcohol or relationships or whatever it is. And then after that, they need a time to really be able to live their new life in the company of others who are living that same life, and then that will help them to start on a new path.
So they kind of support each other.
They do, absolutely. And you know, the Magdalene community, one of their mottos is love heals. And we remind ourselves of that all the time, that love heals and they love each other. And a little joke, I am married. My husband says, "How do I know you love me? You tell all those women you love them every day." You know, he says, "What is there any difference?" And well, love is an intention. Love is an intention and an action. And we remember that all the time together as a community.
And there's no limit to love, right?
No, there's no limit to love. Yeah, we love those children. And it's so exciting because women and children getting back together, or women getting through the loss of their children, if, say, they've been ordered that they can no longer have that contact period, getting through that loss. I mean, it's just an incredible blessing to anyone that works with us. And it's so exciting, even though children need to be other places sometimes, to see them come back with their mamas, and mamas to learn how to care for them better. And, you know, it's just an incredible blessing.
Now, do you have any kind of numbers on success, or any stories that you can share on a success?
We do. We have about, I think I was just counting, I think it's about 8 women who have left us early and gone back out, but stay in contact with us in one way or another. And you know, some of them may have had a few problems since they've been out, but they're not afraid to call us and let us know, and to keep telling us about their successes, and to ask for help if they need it. Can we help them get the help they need? Then we have had one graduate last November. She stayed the whole 2 years. She had a full-time job when she left. She does have a child living with her, and she received a Habitat home.
Oh, okay.
And so that she just had the blessing, the dedication of that home. We have a second woman who is scheduled to graduate the middle of July from her 2-year program. She works about 2/3 time and then goes to school in a degree completion program at John Brown University. Her work is actually with us. She's our development coordinator. Maybe sometime you'll have her come tell her story. But she is going to graduate, and she is also the recipient of a Habitat for Humanity home.
Wow.
Now that doesn't guarantee anything for everybody, but it shows a model that we would
Sure.
like to see the women be able to achieve.
Now, you brought some things here. Are these items that the ladies produce or make or craft up, or?
They do. One of the lessons that these women have to learn is how to be able to cooperate with other women, because they've been very leery of that, very competitive in their past as they scrape to survive. And so we have what is called a social enterprise. The name of it is Tranquility by Oasis. And our women are learning to make things. They're learning to sell these things. They're selling over the internet. Today we start at the Bentonville Wednesday Farmers Market, and you can find them there and visit with them and see some of these items. Like here's a necklace and earrings, a bracelet, different pieces of jewelry. The jewelry has the meaning of our pride in ourselves, how we look, how we feel, how we live. We also make purses and what we call cash wallets. These are for helping you to budget. You divide up your cash for groceries or gasoline or entertainment or whatever, and you try to stick within your budget that way. And those represent the idea that the women are becoming economically independent. And then we have our first item, which was a candle. This is a tranquility candle with a bamboo scent. And it's very clean, very nice candle. And we have two different sizes of the candle, but those are very special to us. We have a saying, we light this candle for the women who are still out there, the women who can't find their way home, and the women who've left us to go back. And we remember that whenever we're together. So it's light in the darkness.
Well, Catherine, if one of our viewers would like to learn more about Oasis, how would they, is there a phone number that they can call or a website that they can go to learn more information?
Yes, our phone number is 479-268-4340, and there are 4 staff members who are named there and their positions, and you can contact whichever one would help you in what you're looking for. We also have websites, both for Oasis and for Tranquility, and we have Facebook pages. Our websites are oasisnwa.org or tranquilitybyoasis.org, and then our Facebook pages are very similar names.
Okay, well, you've got a lot to keep track of there. Well, it sounds like a tremendous program. It really does. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention that I may not have brought up?
Well, our program does depend on volunteers, caring volunteers, compassionate volunteers. I am a full-time volunteer. No one's paying me to do this, except the women and their graciousness and their love and caring for me and my family. Some people can get involved in volunteering for us. My husband does that, and a number of the people at the Recycle Center are there putting down their hours for Oasis. We have sewing projects and crafting projects you can teach us if you'd like to, or life skill classes, so just contact us through that phone number.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Catherine.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Well, Linda, time for me to turn this over to you, I think, huh?
Okay, and we're going to kind of change directions a little bit. My guest here is Russ Anzalone, and I know Russ through the Bella Vista Business Association, and although Russ is involved in many community ventures, he's here to talk today about Legal Shield. So why don't you tell me about what Legal Shield is?
Legal Shield is, for lack of a better term, and I will deny this later on, really nothing more than legal insurance as a way to just fully understand what the program is. And we have approximately 7,000 attorneys and their firms across the United States in order to help with all different kinds of situations for you. You do join by paying a monthly membership, very minimal fee, and it protects the entire family for a number of different services that we provide for that monthly fee. It protects the spouses and their children, as long as the children are still living at home, unmarried, and have not reached the age of 26. And there are several different things that we do with that. I can go through a series of what the program actually is, if you would like. Or
I think that would be informative.
Okay, sure. Our attorney's firm here in Northwest Arkansas is the Lyle Rutledge Law Firm out of Springdale. And you can call them anytime that you want to and present your situation, and an attorney will call you back within 4 hours.
Okay.
Because of that conversation, if you need a phone call made or a letter written, they will do that. We do not want anyone to sign any documents at all without first being reviewed by attorneys, because all documents are prepared by attorneys for the company that they represent. And many times when you read something and you come across a word, it means one thing to you. To an attorney,